Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to part 2 of my USA economy video. I do hope you enjoyed part 1 because I personally did once I looked back on it. This part 2 will once again be on audio. I know I said that only part 1 was going to be like this, but it was surprisingly fun doing the video this way. At first, it was a little tedious having to look up a lot of images to be able to get my points and examples across, but honestly, I kind of enjoyed it in the end. Plus, it's not as hard as I thought it'd be. Of course, I can't put much flair into it, like special effects or anything like that. Like I have to see a lot of tutorials for it. But at least for now, I think I'm able to do videos like this in a well presented format. But anyways, back to topic. It has been a full year since our company launched, and what I had planned for it to grow was fairly simple, especially considering the kind of business we have, that being a restaurant. Basically, since the very beginning, I had Aranza put the three social media pages working absolutely 24/7. Posting, first of all, the regular things, the introductions to a restaurant, the Google Maps of a restaurant, just to give people the general idea of how the restaurant looks and the things we have to offer. Of course, as time went on, as we started to gain traction, we started to put the offers we have, the promotions we have, the sales we have, and all that jazz. We also interacted with our users just to make a little more, what would you call it, a kind of company customer relationship, just so people feel more connected to us. Like we really care about you being in a restaurant and enjoying our food. Of course, that really was on the digital side of things. When it comes to the physical, the real life one, the real life things, I guess, if you can call them that way, there wasn't really anything too special happening. Of course, as always, people get curious about new restaurants coming up. They're like, "Hey, man, I want to try. Those look like pretty good pancakes. I think I want to try them." And thanks to word of mouth that travels incredibly quickly, we grew. Especially because word of mouth travels even faster if it's a product of quality. And if you don't think our restaurant is pure quality, then I'm sorry for you. But so that's how we grew. It has been quite a profitable year. But of course, we haven't really expanded at all in terms of putting restaurants elsewhere because not only is it a huge investment, but a certain situation that has happened that I will talk about later has sort of stopped things in general. Now, growth was constant and smooth, which I'm grateful for to the man above. But I think we really do owe all of that growth thanks to our social media. That just goes to show just how important digital marketing can be nowadays. Now, before we're talking about the situation that is happening, I would like to talk to the vision for the future. Basically, the success we'd like to reach once we grow both as a team and as a company. Now, I would never consider myself somebody ambitious, but in this type of business, you gotta be. So at least my plan for the future would be to expand all over the US, or at the very least, the most populated areas of the US. Now, that sounds like a really ambitious thing, especially with the whole situation that is going on right now, that once again I will explain later. But I feel like it would really benefit everyone, because who doesn't want a good pancake store in their country? Of course, have our biggest competition, that being IHOP, but I like to think that we have made our own brand at this point. Now, another thing, I won't really be changing the menus. I don't feel like it's really necessary. We have them pretty well organized, and I do believe all the items we have are pretty well, so there's no need for change. And well, that really is it. Just expanding. That is, not a crazy idea to think about in this type of businesses, but it's something I'd like to do. But now let's talk a whole lot more seriously. That being about the COVID 19. At first, I think everyone just took it as a joke, oh, a virus from China. How surprising and all that jazz. But honestly, as this has been going on for the last months, things have been going from bad to worse. First off, due to the quarantine going on, our restaurants have been filled less and less. And let me tell you something, we never had a delivery system. That being because we're a morning restaurant. You don't really expect delivery on the mornings, on the mornings, everyone is on the run. to go to work, to do a certain thing or not or other. So we never had a delivery system. That forced us basically to try to adapt to this. Is well, we had to resort to delivery, which has gone well, thankfully, especially by making the contract with Uber Eats to also put us on that platform. Sales have been going well, but I don't think this will last, especially if the virus keeps going, which leads me on to my next point. That being that it both scares me and pains me that what I have to talk about this and that this becoming a new reality. It's whether or not I'll file for Chapter 11 or 7 when it comes to the point where we run out of resources. I feel like our company will file for Chapter 11, which, let me tell you, it was a very difficult read, but I think I got the gist of it. Basically, while we will be filing for bankruptcy, the way it will work is that we will be able to keep the business going, but we have a set amount of time before we have to pay the money to our stockholders, those who are technically keeping the business alive. I set 6 months of time we have to hopefully make that money back, which, of course, the biggest factor in all this is that hopefully the whole virus ends by then. It may be a foolish way to think, but I want to believe that it will all be well by then. Now, if the virus do keeps going and we still don't have the money that we will be owing, I think our business will be shut down, and I think that's when we have to file for Chapter 7, which is a total liquidation of everything. But I hope that that doesn't happen. It will be an absolute nightmare. My name has been Carlos Bertrand Rodriguez, and I thank you for listening.